Hello and welcome to another episode of The Card Show. It is the morning after the night before. Um, yeah, heartache and heartbreak. What can we say? Congrats to Spain, commiserations to us English. Also, congrats to Argentina and commiserations to Colombia. I will touch on the football results or soccer results before we get into the Q&A. Appreciate everyone for the questions. I know sometimes I don't answer them straight away in DMs, or I'll answer back in DMs and I get sort of repeat questions. So I always try and do a question answer episode every couple of months or so just to catch up. And I also post on Instagram if anyone has any questions, just to see if anyone has the same questions as well, I suppose. But yeah, back to the football. You know, what a shame for the English fans. You know, it's another year, another heartbreak. It's more heartache. But you know, we we have a good youngish team. Yeah, the World Cup's in a couple of years. It's going to be interesting. You clear the throat. Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was horrible to watch. It's been a horrible tournament to watch. As I thought as an English fan, I think we played great football. I think one of the big things is look at the beginning, look at the game, look at the equaliser. We get an equaliser. Momentum's shifting. You know, you're bringing on fresh legs with Watkins, Palmer, and then you're going to sit back and invite pressure on. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But hey ho. Hey ho. I'm not here to question Southgate. He's done us well, done us proud. So the boys. But congrats to Spain. I mean, that's a frightening team for Spain. Jesus. You know, Rodri's going to be in there for X amount of years, not tournaments, by his injuries. I think Fabian Ruiz, baller. Yamal's obviously going to be there for the next 20 years, which is crazy. Williams, they need. Oh, I'm gonna say they need a striker, but they scored 15 goals in this tournament. If they had a striker like the Torreses, the David Villas that they've had in the past, then that would be a scary team. Pedri as well, if you can say, but Dani Olmo, Gavi, Zubimendi who came on for Rodri. Yeah, frightening. Be interesting to see what happens with the back line. I know obviously Laporte's he's not old, but he's obviously getting on. He probably only got a couple of tournaments left in him at best. Unai Simon as well. But no, very, very, very. No, they played well the whole tournament. They're definitely the best team throughout the tournament. And the best team won, without doubt there. Just a shame. I think it's going to be a bit of a change up at England now. If it is Southgate's last game, then all my respect to him. A lot of love for him. May not have been the best football to watch, but he did. He got us there. That's the important part. Getting us there and almost got to the line twice, but we got there twice. Did well in a World Cup. Could have better, but I think it needs to be a change up. I think Kane looked a bit of a spent force. In 2 years' time, he's going to be 32, 33-ish by the time the World Cup comes along. Yeah. I don't know if he's the one personally. I'm not overly convinced that Watkins and Tony can be the world-class strikers that you're going to need. But as Spain have shown, you don't need to have a world-class striker scoring goals if the midfield can contribute. So that means Phil Foden needs to step up for his country a bit more. Cole Palmer, Anthony Gordon, hope to get more time using them. They'll get more experience in the Prem these next couple of years. Again, no Champions League football for Cole Palmer or Anthony Gordon next year, which should be interesting, unless they move clubs. But that would be nice for them to get some Champions League experience as well. But they'll get Prem experience and stuff like that. So, and obviously, hopefully, more England international sort of experience in the next couple of years. Because I think them two could be quite, I won't say pivotal, but I think it could be a big part in how England plays going forward. Utilising Saka at his young age, Foden, Bellingham, Kobbie Mainoo, Anthony Gordon. I mean, it's frightening. it's frightening. I think Declan Rice is now going to become the Calvin Phillips, as Gareth Southgate says, and he's going to be the sort of the six that stays there because the Kobe Manu will be around, and then it's all about having sort of Bellingham and Foden move around that 10 area, keeping the width with Saka and possibly Gordon. Hopefully, Luke Shaw couldn't stay fit. If he, then chill out. Yeah, we need the left back scenario sorting out as well, I suppose. But Gay looked well, performed well all tournament. That'll be an interesting one for the future. And obviously Johnny Stones, how many tournaments he left in him? Walker. Does that mean Trent goes back to right back? And that then becomes sort of a weaker spot for us? It'll be interesting. No matter what happens, but yes, I'm sure we're all feeling it a bit today. But yeah, and then over to the Copa America. Bedlam for the game. The South American fans rushed the turnstiles and got in without tickets. A bit like Wembley a couple of years back for the England-Italy final in Euros. The fans, without tickets, just rushed the gates, got in, causing bedlam. I saw a lot of people saying it's not a good sign for the World Cup in a couple of years' time, but I'm sure that a lot of this will be sorted out. Well, you'd like to think so. You sort of see something 2 years beforehand, you sort of put things in place to sort that out. Messi got injured. He was in tears. Look, ankles swelled up quite bad. I saw some pictures there. They got the win in the extra time. Martinez, of all people. I'm not a big fan. I don't really rate him too much. Lautaro Martinez. But I just think, But he scored. It wasn't the best strike. It was sort of the goalkeeper's face there really went in. But they went in. It's all matters. They got the victory. So it's like back-to-back Copa Americas and World Cup holders. Kind of crazy. They are the sort of team to beat. And you look at teams like he doesn't shout stars or it's quite aged. Otamendi in there, Emi Martinez, Messi, Di Maria, Martinez. But they got it done. The World Cup would be interesting. I'm pretty sure Argentina and Spain play in some tournament as well, like a game. I can't remember what it's called, like Finalista? I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but I swear they play a game. But obviously Messi will be out, I'm presuming. But yeah, that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, bring on the World Cup. Bring on the World Cup. And congrats to Argentina. Commiserations to Colombia. I think James Rodriguez had a good tournament as well. Probably don't think it'll be his last tournament, but at his age, it could be. Same with English players. It could be Kyle Walker's last tournament. Jesus, what a right back he's been. But here to talk about soccer and the commiserations there. Let's get into these questions and I'll answer them. I think I picked like 10 just for timing. Again, I always answer. So if you did message me, I would obviously respond. I just don't get through all the questions. Some of them were quite similar, such as same and stuff like that. So yeah, let's start here. I'll start with this one because it's not in order, but it's good reading. Who should replace Southgate? I started off talking about soccer, so let's start the first one with soccer. It's difficult because in one half, I'm thinking Southgate's done as well. He's brought some team. The players seem to. I don't want to say they play for him, but they seem to like him. There's a lot of pros to Southgate. He's just getting to the line. Like, is it a coach? Could he bring in some other coaches? To, maybe like a new sort of like transition coach so they can play better on transitions. Definitely something needs to change on the attacking side of things. I think it's very slow attack, which is again it's not horrendous. I think Pep's done that for years at City. I just think the players could possibly suit a faster style of play. I think we saw it when Watkins came on and Palmer came on. Palmer's going to play a through ball forward. Watkins going to make the runs, and we stretch defense. Even before Palmer came on, it was just Watkins. He was running at the defense. They were running backwards, and that's what we need. So I think that needs to change. I know a lot of people want Jurgen Klopp, great manager. Be interesting if he was to take it. You got to look at Potter, hasn't got a job, didn't go great for him at Chelsea. I think a lot of talks on Eddie Howe. Another one. Maybe bring Big Sam back, Big Sam Allardyce. Neil Warnock. Neil wants every job in football. Give him the English job. I tell you what, I'll take a shot at it. I'll say it here right now, live and direct. I'll take the job. I'll get the boys playing. Play for that badge, boys. Play for the badge. Yeah, I'll get them playing. But no, it's going to be an interesting one. If he has to go, if Southgate has to go, which I'm not overly sold on, give him his respect, man. Give him his respect. He's done as well. Yes, it's not the best football, but he's getting us into these positions to be challenging. And so sometimes the players got to step up as well. The players got to step up and do a little bit more. But if he does go, I'm not overly fussed if it stays to be an English manager. To be honest with you, you got to look. I mean, I think what Spain did was under 18s, he won Euros, under 21s, won Euros, and now he's done it with the men's team. We've done similar with Southgate. Obviously doing the young lads and then coming through and sort of bringing them through. And I think that helps, especially for a bit of longevity. So maybe someone in the setup we've not thought about. Yeah, I think the ideal one would be Klopp. When let's be honest, as available managers. I mean, also we're talking dream world scenario. You'll take Pep, won't you? But yeah, I think Jurgen makes a bit of sense. He's free, he plays football that we probably want to see in England. He gets him going. Does he see himself as a bit of an Englishman now after so many years in Liverpool? I don't know. But yeah, if we're going to keep it English, Potter's out of a job. I don't want to put any team's manager out of a job. I don't want to put Eddie Howe out of a job at manager, and pee off the. Do you know what you're saying? Pee off, okay. PG behaviour. Let's go. Wind up any Newcastle fans. He's done well there, so I'd be happy. I'd happily say Potter. See how things go. I don't know if there's anyone in the setup already. Who is the under 18 manager? Who is the 21 manager? I can't even think. Is there someone there that could have? Let me just quick search that. Who is? Because maybe that would make a bit of sense. England and 21 manager. England. But who's listening? Yeah. All I can do is apologise. I don't know. Manager. Lee Carsley with AD Boothroyd. It's before that. And who else was Stuart Pearce? Oh, Jesus. Lee Carsley. Interesting. Maybe give Lee Carsley a shot then. But yeah, I don't know. They forced Klopp is probably the best manager available. So yeah, I'll go Klopp. Long-winded, I know, but I think it's too many variables there. I'll put some respect on Southgate's name. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's done as well. Next question. No, another soccer one. Here we go. Do you think the World Cup in the USA will help the soccer card market? Yes, it's going to give it a bump. Obviously, it's in a lot more people's eyes. It's going to be a lot of states that probably, honestly, don't follow football because obviously got stadiums there, but they've got states with a lot of influx of people that they've got opportunities, and that's what people are. Love an opportunity. It'll be interesting to see the timing as well with the national and that sort of stuff, and then going into sort of the basketball season, NFL season, obviously, and new seasons for Premier League. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see because obviously money's going to be split across so many different sports. What products come out as well? If there's a dodgy road to World Cup genre stuff, but he's going to bring eyes onto it, so he's going to have a little influx. I think it's going to be interesting to see who's there. Like if Ronaldo's there, for instance, that's going to help. I think if Ronaldo's not there, if Messi's not there, it's going to be interesting. Because I'm not sure Haaland will make it with Norway. Obviously, don't make many tournaments. Yeah, so it's gonna. I think there's this big thing that having a World Cup in America is gonna ignite the soccer card market, and that's it. It's here. It's gonna be here to stay. I just don't think it will. I think it's gonna have the boom of being on and supporting, especially while the US are in it and Canada are in it. It's gonna have a bit of a boom. but it's. I think it will continue as normal afterwards. I don't think that many will stay. Um, Unfortunately. And even when you say soccer card market, it's going to be X amount of sort of players, a small tier of players that will keep a longevity style of it. I think we see it with the Premier League. You can get into involved and all breaks, and let's face it, you probably only want a handful of cards from each, from each box. It's prison. You don't want your this year. It's going to be what your Kobe Mainus. People may still want some nice Garnacho cards, maybe. You get the odd fans of teams that are going to start collecting like the Lewis Miley's sort of thing, but same with selection that comes out. But I don't think there's going to be like a massive influx where now all of a sudden you start seeing these breaks and everyone wants set players, set teams, just because there was a World Cup in America. So yeah, I can't see it being this massive like jumping where sports, soccer's moves up and he's up there with the NFL, NBA, and sort of the baseball, ice hockey area. I just can't personally see it. I just don't think it will be. I think there'll be X amount of players that will sort of do the same volume, same money as players in those other markets. But yeah, I can't see soccer taking off like that, unfortunately. Even though soccer is obviously the sport of the world and watched all over. Yeah, I just can't see it. Maybe a World Cup in like the Asia way would help a lot as well. China, I don't know. We need the Saudi league to get their own set, and then people to collect a card over there. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I don't know if that will be a big boost. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think I'm wrong there? Do you think the World Cup's going to bring this new market in, and that's it? They're here to stay. Do you think it will be a quick boost? Also, I'm more on the lines to think it's going to be boosted for a bit, but I can't see it staying. I'm a big believer if you want to invest in something as well, you need to be watching this sport. And I can't see many of the sort of these new American eyes that we were talking about getting to the World Cup continue watching soccer afterwards. But we shall see. I think it's there's definitely going to be a lot of opportunities though if you do want to get involved in soccer cards just for the World Cup. If you can hold that long, or you're going to wait and make some plays beforehand, just because of the teams that will be in it. With the USA, you hope that Canada get in there and stuff like that. So yeah, there'll be definitely some opportunities. Here we go. Next question. Why do you use market movers? I thought it was really bad. PSA own a card ladder. You should use that. I use market movers. I have used card ladder. I've used market movers. I've used one that's called collectibles. I can't remember what it's called before that. I forgot. And card hedge. Card hedge. That's a good app as well. I use market movers just because the sheer volume. There is a lot of cards on there. With card ladder, there was just a lot of PSA stuff. The history was there, and it was just a lot less cards. Then obviously when PSA bought it, it was a bit. There was just an opportunity there where I'm not saying PSA do this, but there's a lot of opportunity where it could have been sort of dodgy data, if that makes sense, sort of boost PSA. Obviously the guy involved in it has been card ladder was involved in shield bidding with using mum's account, Aaron Novak, I think his name is. So that's obviously never a good thing. So yeah, I don't know, just the sheer volume of cards that they track over the different grading companies as well. I've just always done that. Again, it's not perfect. I don't think any of them are. I think card hedger is actually pretty good as well. We'll shout that out. Again, card ladders is decent. It's just I just didn't find the volume of cards I always look for, and get the data from. And I don't know. I don't think I found the user interface the best. User interface. I can't fully remember, but yeah, I just always find marking is quite easy to negate. easy to use, good volume of cards on there, and wax as well. Um, it's not always perfect, especially on the deal side of things. There's a little sidebar on there where it searches for deals, so it'll tell you, which is really good. It will tell you a card that was maybe been selling for $150, $200, and it's now one maybe listed for like $75 on eBay. So you can quickly jump in there. Sometimes, obviously, because where people list it, they might list, Prism Silver when it's not Prism Silver, or PSA 10, weird face or question marks, whatever, and it may come up as that card, and it's not, which is a bit annoying. But it's not rare, but it's not like every other listing. I think it happened the other day on the Lookout. I think it was one of the cards, if I remember correctly. Select, maybe select card, but yeah. So yeah, that's why I've always used it, and obviously lucky enough to get the discount code for you guys. So if you use Mahomes, MAHOMES, you get 20% off any package for life, and you also get a 14-day free trial. So that was also cool. Whereas it was not as available for me to get that sort of discount for on any other ones. So any chance you can sort of give people a discount on something that's going to help them, sort of helps as well. So yeah, shout out to Market Movers app for that. I'm sure they keep improving. They're quite good as well. They do like a lot of Ask Me Anything meetings, and I always say about improving the soccer, and they are improving the soccer, because soccer's one they are lacking a little bit of, and they're improving that. But when it comes to the American sports, it's majority of cards, majority of sets, and just as I said, they're always improving. Next question. With Topps pushing cricket cards, which sport do you think they'll push next? Are they pushing? I don't think they're pushing cricket cards, are they? But they're doing a few sets. I mean, which is good to see, by the way, as well. Let me just say that. But yeah, I wouldn't say they're pushing it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing a few things here. I think they've done some good sets at a good price as well for cricket, which is good. I know a few cricket collectors, so I think they're very happy. I think it's actually a good play. It's probably one of the real things I will sort of big Tops up for. That's a nice play that is going for cricket and another sport. I've been critical on the card manufacturers this last year or so. I just think it's been a lot of nonsense. I mean, I think I was talking to Sports Card UK about this, that Micah Richards, Roy Keane from Topps, and Richards is in his blue kit because obviously not the license. It's just who wants that? What English don't want that? Irish don't want that. What are you doing? This whole unlicensed, and a lot of products have just been quite subpar and just sort of disrespectful, in my opinion, to collectors and even investors in the hobby. I'll give them the respect. I know collectors should get them all the respect because then this is their art, but investors as well, because they have to put money in this stuff and try and make money out for a living. So but going for cricket it's like a bit of a breath of fresh air. I'd love to see him do more sports. I know I spoke to Iconic Trading Cards recently, and they were talking about others, looking to go into other sports as well. But yeah, where do I think they'll go next, or what? Or where will they go next? I'd love them to do. So if you did one quite well. Darts. See, I'm not overly fussed on darts. It's kind of controversial, but I couldn't really tell you like many dart players. I mean, to be fair, I can't say that many cricket players, to be fair. I'm not overly fussed on the darts one. It'd be nice for a dart collector as well. Same for cricket, I suppose. But I don't know. I think keep pushing these I can't call cricket obscure, but those sort of other sports is any of them would be good, to be fair. I know Leaf do sort of. I think Leaf doing? Do Leaf do like Padel cards? Padel. And I swear they're doing the Power Slap Championship cards. That's kind of cool. So yeah, I don't know. I think first and foremost, I think Topps needs to do the bread and butter right first before start pushing other things. Do the bread and butter right, and then it's when you go to other sports. I said it on I think last episode. I'd love Olympics. I don't think it's so much down to Topps to sort this out, but I think the every sort of governing body and every country that's got an Olympic team should do more for the Olympians. And again, it bring in some money for the freaking Olympians as well, which is great. And obviously to improve facilities and improve their lives, but whatever. Um, but yeah, I'd like a little Olympic thing. What random sport could we do? Do you know what? I'd love them to do more lower league stuff in soccer. I know it's a bit boring because they do so much soccer, but do more lower league stuff. Championship, even League One. Yeah, so that would be my even if you just did like combined. You know what I mean? You Championship gets going and like League One and League Two get a combined set, and you just do like majority base majority base cards. There's a few inserts and parallels, But you never know what rookie's going to be there. Though it's always a bonus as well. So yeah, you could get some others in there. It's yeah. I mean, I said this about Futera. I mean, Futera had Emil Heskey at Lost London Card Show or London Card Show before that. So they've also got connections. They've also got a relationship with him. His two sons are like tearing up at City's under 18s, I think it is, or the EGS team, one or two. Get them cards signed. Get his kids sign some cards. You could be way ahead of the curve. His kids could be the next rookies chasing, in 4 years' time that everyone's going on about. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go top should do boring, I know, but low league stuff would be nice. You never know what sort of rookies you could unearth and do you know what? I think you get a lot more collectors as well. Because you see them clubs are proper diehard fans and they can start owning cards and their players that they go watching week in, week out. So yeah. But if I have to go another sport, which I don't want to do, I don't want to say darts, that's just boring. Because I thought that's like the big thing at the moment because of Luke Littler. Um what isn't got cards that I'd like to watch cards of? Honestly, I can't. I can't think. I've had time to think about this, and I think I bottle it every time. Maybe you could do more around the British sports, and I think it's about networks as well. I think Sky maybe or whatever. I don't know. Just gonna say Sky could do like a British sort of sport network thing where it's got like the British NFL, the British basketball league sort of thing. And I know that was on Sky when I had Sky. I don't have Sky anymore, but they did used to do the British basketball league. But and get involved in that sort of thing and try and get some more money generated to them sort of leagues, man. And you know, yeah, that would be nice. And then you can get sports cards to them because it'll help grow the sport. It's gonna help, it'll help grow a lot of things. But yeah, my head was gone for sports. I can't think of a sport. I'm gonna have to say darts just to say darts, aren't I? Go-karting league, something. Jesus, what? Yeah, it's a good question because I can't think of actual sport where I'm like, push bowling, push darts. Just get your bread and butter right. Maybe do some expansion there. Lower leagues, different sports on the British League, European leagues. I think it's a good way of expanding it. So like then you can get the other basketball leagues involved and the sort of the American football side of it and from Europe and stuff like that. Hmm. But yeah, as a whole new sport that hasn't got cards. You're probably shouting at me, aren't you, for the podcast? You're probably shouting at me. What about this sport? And it's probably there on my head. I just can't think right now. I'm too busy thinking. Get your bread and butter right. Do these other things. So yeah, I'll say darts because I'm boring. Sorry for that one. I'm sure that wasn't good enough answer, but yeah, dart set. Oh Jesus, how cringe. These other sports. I know there is. There's other things that need limelight that would be good. I'm not I'm not overly fussed on boxing, I'm not gonna lie. I know is it PFL signed with Panini now? Obviously UFC are back on tops. I'm not overly fussed on boxing, even though it's my sport. I love it a lot. Da da da. I just not overly fussed on boxing cards. I wouldn't be something I'd be like have to collect. So yeah, I don't meh. So I can't really answer that one. I'm sorry about that. That's a bad answer. I'm a bad person. Next question. Why do you always recommend PSA for grading? I like SGC Black Tux. Cool. That's good that you like that. When I recommend PSA for grading, I don't really recommend. I'm not saying they're the best of the best. Every grading company has its flaw. Every grading company has its pros and cons, etc., etc. It's just when you look at data for profit. So if you have 5 Victor Wembanyama silver prisms, you send 3 of them to PSA, or 1 to PSA, 1 to SGC, 1 to CGC, 1 to MGC, 1 to Beckett, Tag, or whatever you want to say, and they all come back 10s. More often than not, the PSA is going to yield you more profit. There's data for this. There's occasional times a Beckett 10, because obviously if you get pristine and black label, etc., it does have a higher value. People just don't really seem to be sending there that much. I don't know if the love for Beckett's going. But yeah, PSA is, you see how many cards it grades each month. It's just like the one everyone seems to want. I think people, don't get me wrong, there's obviously Beckett collectors out there who just want Beckett slabs. There's people who just want like CGC slabs. There's people who want SGC slabs, and that's perfectly fine, especially if it's your collection. If you're then just solely grading SGC because it's a good price and it's a quick turnaround and you're in it for profit, then that it's like a bit of a hit on profit, that's all. And that is the only thing there. That's the only reason I suggest it, to maximize your profit. There's a lot of plays you can make grading with SGC, MGC, CGC, these other companies for sure. It's just maximum. I think it also hinders us over in the UK and in Europe just because of the delay you have extra of, depending on how you get the card. If you buy on American eBay, you might get sent to a locker, for instance, and then you might only get a locker sent every a month, let's say. So then it comes to you, and then you maybe clean a little bit, give it a bit of a clean, then you're gonna go on your app and start your order, and then you're gonna send it back to the US, wait 45 business days, which is what, over 2.5 months technically, because it's only Monday to Friday, to 45 days. Yeah, and then you got the option of either get it sent back to you, send back to a US locker, because you want to save on any sort of imports. You might do the sort of the vault thing where they can list it straight on eBay for you. But yeah, there's a lot of delay, whereas obviously in America you can you get the card straight away, send it back. You've obviously got the option of going to a show, paying a little bit extra there. I know certain place people do driving as well. Just walk up to the drive up to the PSA and hand it in over there, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that's the only reason I recommend PSA. I don't think they personally are the best company and have the best graders and this or the other. I think if it was down to having the card accurately graded in the best condition and everyone believed that, then we probably wouldn't have like a company that's got so much human error. It would be more of a tag grading. Obviously, over here we had DGC, the digital grading company. That has computer look at the cards and looks at everything and tells you. I think it was on 100 scale, so this is like a 95 because of this blemish here, and the surface wasn't 100% and this sort of stuff. So that's I think if people really wanted that sort of stuff, the actual truth about the cards, that's the companies that would come to prominence, and that's what we start using. But we don't really want to know that our card isn't 100%. So you send it to PSA because you get what you get, and everyone respects PSA. So if it comes back at 10, everyone's happy. Whether it is an actual 10 or not, who cares? It says it on the PSA slab. We put it on the side, and that's it. We love to show it off, or we love to sell it for a profit because it's worth a lot more now. It's a PSA 10. But that is the only reason. If you like SGC, keep going there. There's nothing wrong with SGC. There's nothing wrong with CGC. We're all pretty much the same. It's just what you want to get out of the card. Again, if you want your card quick, especially if you're in UK, MGC, you get it back in a few days on some of their tiers. So, why not if it's for your collection? SGC, again, is an app. You can get it off. You can get it back in a couple of weeks. CGC are pretty good. So, yeah, there's numerous options. I'm just talking from a strictly sort of investment point of view when I say grading with PSA. Yeah. Next question. Do you think new trading platforms like VeriSwap have improved the hobby, or should we really be looking to do more in-person trades like trade nights instead? Ooh, good question. Good question. I just pressed the wrong button. Never mind. But yeah, there's no need for me to press a button then. So yeah, that's a very good question. It definitely improves the hobby, especially over here as well, because now it gives you essentially a middleman, right? You've got somewhere you can trade in a safe space, knowing that you send your card to this company, they're going to hold the card until they receive the other cards. They will verify that you send what you said you're going to send, the other person's going to send what they're going to send, and when that's done, they send it to the rightful owners. That goes there, that goes there. So that's obviously a massive plus. Do we? I think I saw something like this the other day, and I do think sort of trade events will become a big thing. I think a lot of people are enjoying trade nights. I think I look back at that sort of London one, the first one they sort of did, the official sort of trade night they did, and it wasn't. I don't want to say it was a shit show, but it was a lot of people that just didn't really understand what was going on. I think probably the best way of saying it. No, not obviously not from London car show side of the point. Like people coming there, and then some people were setting up like it was a shop. Full on. Don't know. Some people just were just didn't understand. Which is fine. You got to learn. This is how we learn in the UK. A lot of people had to learn by going to and understanding what the process was. And you look at the last couple of trade nights that's been going on. Most shows are doing them now. This seems to be the thing in demand. I know Scotland didn't do one this year, and people were saying, "Oh, no trade night." So I think people enjoy trade nights. I know Scotland had its own sort of trade event as well. So I do think trade events and trade nights will be a big thing. I think people like the in person, don't, especially because you meet up with fellow people you talk to, fellow friends, fellow sort of people you're going to interact with maybe a couple of years and not seeing. Let's face it, if you've got a family and you can only go to your local card show, and maybe you live in Manchester like myself, so you've got 3 card shows that host 3 shows a year, let's say. So you've got opportunities to go, but you can't go to every single one. You've got family, so that your friends, that people you talk to, oh yeah, we're going to go to this card show on that day. Oh, what's I can't because I've got family commitments. So it means that you're not seeing these people. So all of a sudden, you're not losing contact, but you have that bit of FOMO as well, and you miss out. If you know that same company is hosting a trade event a month and a half later, so it's not such a big gap between the show every 3 months, 4 months. There's a bit of a trade event where it's don't have to cost much. You can just go up there. You think, oh yeah, so it can be midday-ish. I know Soccer United did sort of a trade day, so it gives you options. Kaboom seems to be doing wonders with their trade events that they do. That seems like a spot. If everyone's not watched Sports Cards UK's last video, I recommend watching that. I didn't realize how the store was set up. I knew the basically out from other videos, obviously, but I didn't know the staring system. Like it's like a maze. You're upstairs, down the corridor, right, left. I was waiting for him to meet the final boss. God damn. But no, that looks good. I want to get down there. It'd be kind of cool. It sounds weird, but I'd love to do a trade event on a Friday before London Card Show on Saturday, just because I feel like more people come down to London. And if you can be at their shop till late evening, pizzas, drinks. I think they had a projector. Do you have a projector? I can't remember if it was a projector or a big screen. Definitely had something big for the football, for watching football. I do remember that from the video. But yeah, so that'd be kind of cool. Especially if it was like an event as well. If you do like a boxing on that night as well. So you go there, trade cards, eat, drink, boxing's on, boom, Shardco, card show in the morning. Shardco, Jesus. Yeah, in the morning, that'd be kind of cool. And again, it gives you a chance to sort of mix up inventory because you might get people that can't go to the card show. So you can go there, trade some cards that you might think do well at the card show and stuff like that. So yeah, I like that. But who am I to suggest these things? I think it'd be a little bit more difficult for the likes of Sports Trading Cards UK to do it and Sports Cards Direct, just because where they're located. I don't think, like for me, for Manchester, I'm not going to go to Kent to go to London for the card show, and then I won't go to Plymouth on a Friday night to be at London Card Show on Saturday morning. I would stay. I usually stay at Sandown Lodge, so I'm usually like close to the event because I want to not as late as night as possible. I want to wake up and just go. I don't want to be having to think about, do I need to get an Uber or need to jump on the overground. I just want to walk across the road, go to the show, enjoy the show, walk back, drop my bag off, eat, drink, boom for trade night, or doing something with everyone else. So yeah, I think having it in central London, at least then you've got the option to like staying there, seeing, jumping on the overground or whatever, or the underground, depending where you're staying, and heading over to your Lucia, Shan. But yeah, that'll be an idea. That'll be something I'd like. And I think again they're doing. I think they've done 3 trade nights now, 3 trade events, should we say? So I think in-person trade events are always going to have a good market, but these, I don't know if very sort of need a sort of a rival, or what the rival else could do different. But I think it's good having an app like this where you can sort of trade in a safe space, and it opens up the market as well because you can trade with people around the world with VerySwap. I'll say around the world, I don't think it's everywhere just yet, but whereas obviously trade nights, you just trade in sort of locally. You're sort of hoping that you've got new stock and other people have gone and got new stock. So yeah, but no, I do think both of them are going to be a good sort of, I don't say integral, but a good space for the hobby in the next couple of years. I think trades are going to be, trade apps and trade events will be the ones. But we'll see. We'll see. Next question. What happened to you? Did you boycott all UK card shows? And then where have you been yesterday? That's another question. But yeah, same similar sort of questions. Where were you yesterday? And what happened to you? Did you boycott all UK card shows? I know it's kind of weird, right? No vlogs for me this year so far of no card show vlogs. I don't know if I addressed this at the beginning of the year. I can't remember. I think I've addressed it on other pods maybe. Yes, I'm not boycotting any show. If you're doing a card show, I do not hate you. These are false rumors. I love you all. Appreciate you all. It's basically it was like a year-long video. I've actually aborted the video, which is quite funny. I was going to do a video, but it was going to take obviously a whole year. So it was a year. I did a little bit of it last year, which was another reason why I aborted it. I didn't do like a full. It was weird. A year, obviously, going to the shows, the prices, the cost, for me, living in Manchester, jumping on public transport, staying in hotels. Obviously, I was there some nights the night before and stuff like that, and this, that, the other. And then the year of just, I don't say doing it correctly, but doing it in a more profitable way. So buying off eBay, raw, grading, selling for profit, not going to as many shows. So still want to go to shows, just to one to catch up, and two to chance to pick up stock and try and do it that way as well. It's I can't say that I've overly missed shows. I've definitely missed going to shows and connecting with people and catching up with people, but the stuff I've been able to buy, like the Mahomes mini helmet, the Mahomes jersey, signed mini helmet, signed jersey, some of the cards, obviously hollow rookie from Mahomes, and it's enabled me to buy a lot more sort of PC stuff, and maybe give me more money to go heavier in other investments. My Caleb Williams and stuff like that is down there. All my cards are down there at the moment. So yeah, but so it's obviously giving me more money to do that sort of stuff because I'm not spending it on travel, accommodation, etc. But that's it. I'll still also wait to go shows. I still thought I would go shows, but then it seemed to be like always something going on. I'm just getting busier and older. Older I get, the busier I'm getting, which is kind of crazy. Yes, there's been stuff going on. Making out like I'm the business kind of well, but yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm hoping. What am I supposed to be? London in August. Yeah, I really want to go to London in August. I think that'd be good as well, just because obviously the start of NBA, NFL season, start the new Prem season. So there's obviously some cars that could move there. I was going to pull some up, but I can't bothered. Especially if you're not watching, you're just listening. You're just going to hear me waffle on about cars that you can't see. So yeah, I'm hoping to go there. I'm not doing national or anything like that. Yeah, just so that's it. I'm not boycotting any shows. I don't know. We'll start waffling about why I'm not doing shows, but that's actually the only reason. I was just doing more of I spent X, Y, Z per month going to shows, and obviously for the last year and a half doing shows, dude, maybe only been like one a month, whereas now all of a sudden they could be 3 a month, 4 a month. It's expensive, and I don't think the need for me to be at every show. I think obviously I wanted to put footage out of shows around the country just so people knew. Then putting that on YouTube and I think that hopefully it helped grow the sort of the hobby a little bit, which is cool. And there was shows up and down the country every month. For the last couple of years, it's been cool. I said now we're getting it every week all over the show. It's crazy how the hobby's grown. But yeah, I will be at shows again. Don't worry. I'm trying to get to shows. I really am. Hope you believe me. But yeah, I do miss the shows. I do miss catching up with people. I do miss the interactions. But more than anything, I do miss having a good laugh with you guys. I think that was the best part about it all. So yeah, again, now more shops are opening. It's going to be even crazier. You have third down display shop opening, and you have Triple C in Leicester, and it's just so much to do in this hobby now. It's kind of crazy. Just in the UK, which is kind of cool. So yeah, you'll see a lot more next. Don't worry, I'm still around. I'm not hating on shows. I'm just using the money a bit more. I don't say wisely because being a bit selfish while buying Mahomes mini Simon helmet and Mahomes signed jersey. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, the Mahomes optic rookie. But I bought a lot more stuff as well. But yeah, you get the pitch. I was just saving money from traveling, using on cars, and it helps a lot with buying cars to sell well because you can sort of buy more as said player. I think this last 7 months have gone quite heavy on Caleb Williams. I think second after that's going to be, I'd say Carson Beck or Shador Sanders. And then it's like Quinn Ewers. So I'm sort of like prepared for the next couple of draft nights in NFL. I don't got too much on basketball. I've got a few basketball cards, but it's a bit more of a fire sale with basketball than it is NFL. So yeah, that's the only reason I've not been at shows as much, or obviously at all this year. But yeah, I will be back at shows. Don't you worry. Can't wait to meet you all there. Got some fun. I want to do some fun games on my shows on as well. I think that's a good thing. Like I can be in a position where I can go to games just like, okay, let's have a pat battle. Me and you, let's have a pat battle now. Let's do some pat battles. Let's go, and not have to worry too much. I think online's sort of proven, the best way to sort of profit in the hobby. You buy raw, get it graded, make a profit, and then it's all about the tactics of buying raw and even look into the data on like gem rate, so you can see the percentage are coming back, 10s, 9s, etc. So you can make smart players, and you can look at market movers or whatever app that may be. So I don't want to get accused of keep pushing market movers. So if you want to use Card Ladder or Card Hedger or whatever it may be, and you can see the data of sort of spikes when there's a hype there, whether it's leading up to a national, and you'll see hype in like quarterbacks. Then a month later you'll see it again because the season's starting. And similar with basketball, you see a spike here, then a spike with the playoffs and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just been a bit more educated in. That's all it's been this year. Educate myself a bit more on online sales and maximizing profit than just having a good time at card shows and taking little bits of profit, but using a lot of that profit and then some on travel, accommodation, food, drinks, etc., buying tables at shows, all that sort of stuff. So that is the only reason. But yeah, I can't wait to go back to a show and just buy a ticket to go to a show and not worry about it too much. I actually would probably help with that if I drove and just to pay petrol as well, because for instance, in Manchester, I want to go. I'm like slap bang in the middle. So if I want to go to Scotland, it's was it £100 train? Let's say £100 train, your accommodation a few nights, and then same as London. I think it's £110 on a train, £200 accommodation. So as when you try to sell single cards, it's hard to make that sort of profit on single cards because everyone's got comps, right? So last PSA just sold for this much, and so if I'm in it for the X, Y, Z, and someone's last comp's not great, then also my profit margin get lower, and I've got to sell a lot of cars to try and make £300 off. Every car is going to make £300 off, right? So yeah, that is the only reason. Sorry, I waffled there, but I appreciate that question. It makes me think you miss me a little bit. And the person who I never sort of put people's names on air because I don't know if you want to get known, but the person who wrote that knows who it is. And when we are at a show together, me and you are having a pat battle, and hopefully you'll come on camera for it as well. So just so you know, shout you out. Last couple of questions. Here we go. I can't believe how long it's gone for. Jesus. Do you feel there needs to be more dedicated sports-only shows in the UK following the Euros performance? See, I'm a bit of an advocate for them being joint. That's why I've always said about London. Having them joint. in such a big space is kind of cool because you know I was someone that started off with Merlin stickers in '90s as a kid, and then late '90s in secondary school, Pokemon cards were big, so you could make money there. Um, you know, so I was obviously involved in both and like this. And I think these kids now that are obviously into Pokemon, you never know when you get into secondary school and you start playing for a sports team or sports becomes more relevant in their life just because of friends, etc. They could have been, I used to like sports cards and used to like seeing what shows and whatnot. And you just never know. You just never know. And vice versa, these kids that are into sports, maybe into sort of One Piece or Dragon Ball, etc. So I like them and being all in one space. Um, And also, I do think can bring a bit of division in like in card collecting in general. Sort of you get the sports cards that collectors then want to slag off the Pokemon collectors and all the displays are too much and too many plushes. This and the other. And just comes together more. And, Jesus, get involved more. Jesus, what's the hate for? You says you can't have a display having like shirts and mini helmets or boots, whatever. It's expand your portfolio a little bit more. But from what I'm hearing, have I been to a sports only show? I don't think I've been to a sports car only show as well. I can't. If I have, I'm sorry that I can't think off the top of my head. But I know I've missed Southampton. I've missed Milton Keynes. Ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-bum. I know Cardiff's about to have one, which is interesting. He's about to have his first sports car only show. But yeah, I can't think if I've been to one. What I would say is I know Brighton's having one as well. Again, very far for me to be going. Yeah, what I would say is I'm not adverse to them. I've said it before. I don't think every show has to be London, has to be Scotland, has to be like such a big, grandioso sort of stage and setting. Like, there's nothing wrong with Brighton having a sports car show the same weekend that Scotland's got the mixed show, for instance. Because if you're, sort of Manchester upwards, then you might want to go to Scotland and see it all. And if you're down south, it's a nice sports card show. I'll just do that because that's what I'm interested in instead of going all the way to the top of the whole new country in Scotland and going to a mixed show. So yeah, I've got no problems with them being little sports card shows everywhere. But I'm not. I wouldn't say like it's the way forward personally of just sports cars on the show. I think it's nice having a mix just because there's this. You get on one big stage. Like London car to a big area. Scotland, nice big area. It's nice going. You interact with so many different people and so many different stories. And I said you never know who's going to get involved in what. We're seeing. Even I think it was a YouTube of the year this year on the awards show. I've just seen. I'm not averse on who won what because I was away the weekend. Vivian Frank, Vivian collects YouTube of the year. People we know for these Pokemon stuff. But again, got some sports cards there. Aided by Grace, Ace Grading. Grace took me out. Grace Aiden, Ace Grading. I'm still a bit worse away from the weekend, all those things. But yes, so yeah, I just think having that section and ease to cross over and ease of exposure as well is always great. But yeah, I've no qualms to sort of smaller shows every month and around the country of just sports cards only. And same with TCG, they have their own stuff. So I've nothing against it. I just think when they come together and there's so much more you can do. But yeah, I'd be intrigued to see how big a sports card only show would go. Like, could you do London as just a sports card only show? Like, could you sell all them tables? Could you still get the footfall of 6,000 people a weekend over there? That's my problem. And I just but you don't need all that to enjoy a show. What I would say as well, especially if you're just there for collection or if you're just there for investment purposes. But yeah, definitely not adverse to them. I hope they keep going. I hope Southampton keeps going. Milton Keynes keeps going. I hope the one in Cardiff is a success and they start doing mixed and split card shows throughout the year and other places pick up too. So I think there was supposed to be a soccer only card show. Was it? I don't know if it's cards or soccer, sort of cards and memorabilia only show in Manchester, but I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, it'll yeah. Again, they'll pop up. I think it's gonna be similar to like vintage card fairs. You know, smaller venues. I mean, obviously they're really small venues. My next one is in a few weeks' time, August 11th. So I'll be going there. I think I had a good fun there, looking for some old cards and stuff like that. But you know, just smaller venues, 20 to 30 vendors probably you're gonna get. You know, and that's a still nice big space, but you know, and just have it in a nice suite somewhere. But yeah, I don't know if we necessarily need more sports, especially because you know when you look at it, how many sort of alternate sports you're gonna get in the UK. It's I've been to majority of the shows in this country, and you know, let's face it, a lot of them are just soccer cards, and you get the odd few tables of basketball, NFL. So you're just going to get sports car only show just being majority soccer cards with 5 or 6 tables split of NBA and NFL. You know, yeah, probably not the best, but who knows? Who knows? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Do you want to see just sports only shows and TCG? Do you want to see us divide completely and just have sports one side? You know, they do January, April, August, December. The months are way off there. I don't think. And then sports are doing sort of February, June, September, November. The months are off. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I'm intrigued by that one. I'm intrigued. I personally say I love seeing them together, but I don't mind having a TCG show once a month, a sports show once a month, then a big mix one somewhere around the country once a month. The more shows, sort of the merrier, as long as they're not too similar. I think you know, and get them in different areas and let different communities grow in them areas because not everyone can travel every weekend and not everyone can make every show, and people have family commitments, life commitments, So, you know, let's just keep spreading the word in every way we can, I suppose. Oh, nearly an hour, Jesus Christ! Right, last question. When grading with PSA, do you get the cards sent back to you or do you use a US locker? Sorry if it's a stupid question. I've never graded before. It's not a stupid question. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. It's not a stupid question. No, it's a good question. So, I've literally just done my first submission where I've not done either of those. I did the vault so I can list on eBay just because it was American sport cards, and I was thinking about timing. By the time I get it back to England, okay, it's going to be sort of late September. You know, barring anything go wrong. So I thought with this way, I'm presuming it's going to go up straight. I don't know if they put it up as you know with the digital image as soon as it's done, so then you can put it available to list because obviously they're just going to keep it in their vault, and then as soon as it sells, they'll send it off. But I just think it's going to be a quicker turnaround, hoping for the sort of the beginning of the season, maybe a first few games when the results are going their way or whatnot. So at least it's going to be over there. It's going to appeal straight away to the American audience. But yeah, usually I have done it to my US locker. Just because then I just bring everything back in with my shipment. I'm not sort of waiting for cards and just and drabs. I'm not waiting for different, you know, or risking sort of a bill. You know, you got to pay this income. I'm like, brilliant. But I have had it sent to my house. And I didn't get any upcharge or anything, any like charges from the I can't think what they're called now, the border patrol people. So yeah, it did take a little bit longer though, obviously. Whereas to be fair, it actually took longer. Did it take longer than we got sent to US locker, if I remember correctly? Like from sending off date. But I would say it might have been a weekend. To be fair, I should have documented that properly. But yeah, I remember getting it from locker, and obviously it came back. I think I got it on I think I ordered it on a Monday or Tuesday, and it came by Thursday for sure. It came after a couple of days, Wednesday, Thursday. So maybe it was Tuesday. But yeah, and then when I got it direct from PSA, it did take a little bit longer. I think it took a good week, a good 5-day, if I remember correctly. But yeah, there wasn't much in it, but yeah. But yeah, so now I'm trying that one. I'll let you know how that goes. It's September, obviously, when it's all, well, done and listed. Hopefully back end of August would be nice. But yeah, so that's what I would suggest. There's obviously also you can use a middleman. and you don't have to worry too much then because the only thing is delay because they have a sort of a deadline. So if you send cards to them, they're not going to send it out the next day. Their deadline might be in 2 weeks' time, so they're going to get your card sorted, get it registered, and then it's going to be sat in their section till their deadline day. They will then send all the cards off with all the people, and it comes back and they divvy them all out and send them off the next day. So there's a bit more of a delay on both ends, but you obviously don't have to worry as much because they're going to sort the majority of things out for you. You have to worry about upcharges. Well, upcharges because they would not like some border upcharge or whatever. I can't remember what it's called. That's look on my head. Border patrol, whatever it's called. Income charges, nonsense. But yes, that is it. It's an hour over. So appreciate you guys. I appreciate the questions. I hope I answered them good enough. I will do another one in a few months' time. Again, I do answer the messages in DMs, as you also know, and people don't know. So yeah, feel free to message anytime. Hope I'll see you at Car Show soon. But no, thanks for listening this far. I appreciate you all as always. Commiserations for everyone mourning the Aura loss and celebrations, everyone living the best life right now. But yeah, catch you guys on another episode soon. Take care, guys. All the best. Peace.